So next one, we go to the Compendium of Roots or Hetu Sangaha. Okay. So this is basically also close to the YMBA text, as close as possible. You know, if you go to other books, you can refer to book the Bhikkhu Bodhi one. I think the most next relevant one is Bhikkhu Bodhi one. Other than that, the rest is bits and pieces everywhere. So I just cannot find one target source that able present you nice thing one after another. So I have to follow closely to the YMBA text. So next one, we come to the roots. So definition of this Hetu Sangaha, it means that the consciousness and the concomitant, I mean the mental factor, according to the roots, which are the mental factor. Roots are the thing that affected from the base, conjoined with the respective consciousness. So with this particular base, or what I call roots, we going to study what affect the consciousness and also the mental factor. So Hetu or root is to denote a cause or reason for starting. So everything there's a root cause, right? So same thing in Abhidhamma, there's a root cause for all this. So it creates a stability to the consciousness and the conjoined mental factor. That means the consciousness and mental factor coming together. So the mula that according to stability and firmness to the consciousness, as you understand, we have three evil roots or three immoral roots: greed, hatred, delusion. We've been studying this for the last 2 years. And there are three wholesome roots: non-greed, non-hatred, and non-delusion. So these are the cause of trouble. So the three wholesome are called three wholesome indeterminate roots. Abhaya, Hatha, Hetu, which arise in the resultant and functional consciousness. So when this happen, follow-up action, you like or don't like, will just carry on and give you the final fusion. Okay, so that's why when you do evil or you do good, the path is that this thing action will follow until the end. Okay, so cannot escape one: resultant and function. Okay, you gotta go back to your so-called chitta. Remember the 18 rulers consciousness. So out of the 89 consciousness, remember there are 18 of them rulers. So these 18 consciousness do not accommodate a single root dharma. Rootless, there's no thing that is following the root. Okay, that's why they call rootless. So it's known as rootless consciousness or Hetu Chitta. So what are them? 7 unwholesome resultant consciousness. They call akusala vipaka chitta. Unwholesome resultant consciousness. There are 7 of them. And there are 8 wholesome, rootless resultant consciousness. Kusala vipaka ahetuka cetani. So 7, 8, 15. And then you have 3 rootless functional consciousness. Ahetuka kriya cetani. So total 18. So you remember this 18 rulers for you to recall back again. 7 unwholesome, 8 wholesome, and then 3 functional. Okay, total 18. So these 18 consciousness arise independent, not dependent. Independent means separate from the root dharmas. And we need to break down again 18 roots, 18 rulers according to the thought process. There are the 5 door, everything, the 5 senses one, total it classified as 1 only, okay? And then the sense consciousness, there are 10 of them, okay? These are all rulers one. And then receiving, there are 2 of them. Then investigating, we have 3 of them. Then determining, we have 1 of them. And then smiling, we have 1 of them. So you know 18 rulers, you must know the breakdown of each individual of them, okay? 5 door everything, sense consciousness, receiving, investigation, determine, smiling. This is what we call a 17 thought moment. If I can see the judge, we were just going through. If not, I think I ever covered before long time ago about 17 thought moment. I can't remember which year, first year or second year. If not, we go through this 17 thought moment because coming lesson, we are going to talk about death and rebirth. Very interesting topic. So it's about this 17 thought moment, okay? And then how death we are less, and then how the beginning, continuation of life carry on, relinking of life, okay? So all these, you also got consciousness, so you need to know. So just now we talk about rulers. Now we will talk about chitta with roots. So the remaining 71 consciousness stand firmly having. So the rest of the 71 consciousness have roots one. They at least one of the roots, I mean, one of them, I mean, or the series of them either have 1 roots, 2 roots, or even 3 roots in the course of moral consciousness arising with wisdom. So when you have good thing, you can even have 3 roots causing it. So chitta with roots, we're going to classify, looking into 1 root, 2 root, 3 root. What are them? Chitta with 1 root. So we look unwholesome chittas, rooted in delusion. I mean, with wrong view one, accompanied by a single root of delusion. So we remember we study in year 1 about this one. This is under this root of delusion or wrong view. We have 2 of them. Okay, you all still can remember. Then we need to know about chitta with 2 roots. Deve Hetuka. There are 22 in them, in this particular group with 2 roots. So what are they? So when chittas rooted in greed, loba, mula, there are 8 of them. If you can remember, 8 of them there. If you don't know, refer back to your notes again. And then chitta rooted in hatred, dosa, mula. There are 2 of them. So total 8, 10. Then always remember, beautiful always got more one. Beautiful chittas without knowledge. Here we have total 12 of them. Okay, so total with 2 roots one, we have total of 22. Okay. Then we come to breaking down the 22 chitta with 2 roots. What are they some more? The unwholesome consciousness rooted in greed, loba, we have 8 of them. Total 8. Then under the hatred group, unwholesome one, hatred group, we have 2 of them. Then we have the sense sphere, wholesome consciousness, associate with knowledge, 4 of them. And then we have this, we have to think of the resultant. So resultant consciousness, de-associate with knowledge also. There are 4 of them also. And then the functional consciousness, de-associate knowledge, with the above group, also 4 of them. So 4, 3, 12, 12 plus another 10, total 22. So in early one, list A, that means if one root one, the list A one, roots, delusion, and greed. So this is the very first one. And the list group B above are because of delusion and hatred. Okay. So A, B, A, delusion and greed. B, delusion and hatred. These two, sorry, these two. And then in list C, D, E, they are accompanied by non-greed, non-hatred. Okay. So basically, if you want to break down the 22 of them, I think they'll test you all this. If you give 22, you ask you what are the breakdown 22. So you need to list out all this number. Okay. So hard job, what? Slowly learn it, you should be able to remember all this. Okay, we talk about 1 root, 2 root. Now we talk about 3 roots. So there's a total of 47 consciousness with 3 roots. So what are they? Sense, fear, beautiful consciousness, associate and knowledge. That means wholesome one. That means in the resultant and functional. Total here, there are 12 of them. Then all the 5 material sphere consciousness, Rupa, Vachara, Cetani. There are 15 of them. Then all the immaterial consciousness, Arupa, Cetana, there are 12 of them. And then the supramundane, the Lokotula one, they are total of 8 of them. So all these are, because of when you achieve to this state, you have 3 roots. So when you add up all these, the total 47 consciousness are conditioned by the 3 model roots and the indeterminate roots of non-greed, non-hatred, and non-delusion. So all these 47, you have 3 roots in them. So indeterminate refers to resultant and functional. Indeterminate, resultant, one of the one, it will happen. And the same roots, when accompany this consciousness, are termed as indeterminate roots. Right? So as a result, that's how you get your 47 roots with 47 consciousness with 3 roots. Okay? If you want, you have to go to the chart again and trace it. All right? Hard job, but no choice. We carry on study, we need to go back to year 1 and year 2 stuff. Okay, this one very short. I will give you the other notes by the other institution. Hold on. Hold on. Anyone can see it?
Can.
Okay, so this one by the other institution, we see what kind of thing they are sharing with us. Now we're talking about roots. Same thing. They talk about the three unwholesome or evil roots, greed, hatred, and delusion. And the good roots, the non-greed, non-hatred, non-delusion. So they said unwholesome root, when arise in resultant consciousness, they are called indeterminate roots. Okay? Okay, take note, all the three unwholesome roots do not arise in one consciousness. Okay? And they say greed and hatred cannot arise at the same time. Okay? Two or all three wholesome roots arise in wholesome consciousness. That means for the bad one, unwholesome, they do not arise in just one consciousness. But for wholesome one, two or three wholesome roots can arise in the wholesome consciousness. So these are the differences between each other. So here they give you a chart. Unwholesome mental factor can only associate with child unwholesome consciousness. So the four universal unwholesome factors, cetasika, associated with all the child mental factors. So as you can see, the unwholesome delusion, ignorant. So these four mental factors are associated with every unwholesome consciousness, hence called this Sabha Kusala Sandana Cetasika. Okay? And then you have greed. This under the greed form, greed group. Then you have hatred. You have hatred. One of all this group is called the quadruple of hatred. I mean, four of them fall under this hatred group. So basically, unwholesome mental factor affecting the so-called consciousness that arise at the same time. These are the three bad roots which cause all the unwholesome consciousness to arise. And then we talk about the wholesome consciousness, wholesome mental factor, and because this also part of the mental factor under the non-greed, non-hatred, not and there's also one more, and wisdom, pana. Here say, out of the 25 wholesome, beautiful factor, 19 are present in the wholesome consciousness. So 25 mental factor, 19 are wholesome one. So they are called universal beautiful factor. Remember Sobarana? Last year we cover. So here also break down further. Consciousness with no roots, unwholesome resultant, there are 7. And rootless wholesome resultant, 8. There are no roots, and rootless functional, 3. So total 18 with no roots. And then consciousness with one root, in ignorance and delusion, there are 2 of them, 2 consciousness. That one we see in earlier the YMBA notes. And then unwholesome consciousness rooted in greed, 8. And unwholesome consciousness rooted in hatred, 2. And wholesome consciousness without wisdom, 4. And wholesome resultant consciousness without wisdom, 4. And wholesome functional without wisdom, 4. So total for this consciousness with 2 roots, 22. And then consciousness with 3 roots. Wholesome consciousness with wisdom, 4. Then wholesome resultant consciousness with wisdom, 4. And then wholesome functional consciousness wisdom, 4. Then all the 5 material consciousness, 15. Immaterial sphere consciousness, 12. And the super mundane consciousness, 8. So total consciousness with 3 roots is 47. All right. Here, they break down for you all the 24 beautiful consciousness. Okay. If you look carefully, remember, you had a kusala one, resultant and functional. These are all the beautiful one. So, which are the one counted from 5 to 8 under wholesome? This is 1, 4 of them. And then under the resultant vipaka one, all these 6, 5 to 8, another 4. And then under the functional one, 5 to 8, another 4. So total here is 12. Right? 4 times 3, 12. Okay? So basically, here it gives you all this. I hope you don't go bonkers now.